Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the brand Whimsical Ideas by Pam. So today I have the Whimsical Spring Ice Cream Collection. All of these are available right now, so in the description box I will link Pam's Instagram and Facebook page. I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video, and then I will leave Pam's email down there as well. They don't have a traditional site that you go and order polishes from. The way her ordering system works is there's a list of polishes that are actively available. You send her an email with the polishes you're interested in purchasing. She emails you back an invoice and you pay the invoice and she ships your polishes that way. So this collection does have 8 ice cream inspired polishes, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Butterscotch Sauce, and this is a very butterscotch, caramel leaning color, and it does have just the ever daintiest shimmer running throughout here. So here's our first coat of Butterscotch Sauce. This is significantly more sheer than I expected it to be, but that being said, it does build up really beautifully in 3 coats, and this could also make a really fun jelly sandwich. On the first coat, it does have just a lack of pigment, so most of what you're seeing is, that jelly base, and then you get just a touch of that sparkly little shimmer that is scattered throughout here. I do think this is a very niche polish that not everybody is going to love this one, but I do think it's going to make a really cute jelly sandwich. So this is still pretty sheer here on this second coat. It does emphasize the nail line quite a bit. I personally don't think I would wear this on its own. I think it would be cute with a glitter though. Formula is excellent, smooth, easy to work with, and it does apply very evenly, which is like my only stipulation with a jelly polish. So this does pass the test on that. So there is 3 coats, and you can still 100% see the nail line. I don't think this is meant to be an opaque polish, so I'm not holding it against it. You are going to want some top coat just to help protect your manicure, but this does dry relatively glossy all on its own. I also didn't experience any kind of staining with this one, but it is a yellow, and yellow pigment does tend to stain a lot of people, so I would recommend going in with a base coat. But there are 3 coats of Butterscotch Sauce. Next up we have chocolate syrup, and this one is a true milk chocolate colored base, and it does have a very strong shimmer as well. Here's our first coat of chocolate syrup, and this took a complete 360 turn from the last polish that we looked at. This is very, very opaque here on this first coat. Almost a one coater, but I do know that a second coat is gonna deepen it and give me full coverage. The formula is also excellent. No running, no pooling, and no staining again. I have really strayed away from enjoying thin brushes. I really like thick brushes these days, but something about Whimsical's formula with the skinny brush does make application very easy. So here's that second coat, and I did get full coverage. I did have a couple of brush strokes when it was wet. All of those did go away as it dried, and it just became a nice shimmery full coverage polish. I do recommend using a top coat. It dries relatively glossy, but not totally plump, and a top coat will rectify that. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured, and since this is all shimmer, nothing is going to be difficult to remove either. And this shimmer stands out beautifully, so there are 2 coats of chocolate syrup. Next up we have Milkshake, and this is a tan leaning base color, right? But it's got these beautiful silver flakes throughout. Here's our first coat of Milkshake. I had a cotton ball fuzzy in my brush. I did take that out, my bad. This is one of the top picks of the collection for me. I think this is absolutely precious. It's a nice neutral with just a little bit of flair, like very office appropriate with just something special. The formula is wonderful. No running, no pulling, no staining, not too thick, not too thin. All of the good things that you want to hear in a nail polish, this one does accomplish. I got full coverage in 2 coats. Depending on your application, you might end up wanting to go in for 3. I was working just a little bit on the thicker side here, so I got full coverage in 2. This is going to dry on the dull-ish side, so you'll want top coat to smooth everything out and add some shine back to it. Nothing dries overly textured, but it just doesn't dry totally plump either, and nothing is difficult to remove. So there are 2 coats of Milkshake. Up next we have Mint Chip, and this one is a mint green base with a variety of black glitter. Here's our first coat of Mint Chip. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat. I do think this is a dead-on dupe though for mint chocolate chip ice cream, which, fun fact, is my absolute least favorite flavor ice cream in the world, but I love the aesthetic of it. I've always loved mint color and green together. I think it's just beautiful. So the polish really calls to me, and I do think it represents the ice cream absolutely wonderfully. 2 coats builds this up really nicely, but I did go in for a third coat just to get any of those uneven spots and maximize my glitter payoff. These glitters, I didn't hold the bottle upside down. I didn't go fishing for them. I just let everything come out of the bottle naturally. If you want more glitters, you could probably fish out some of those larger ones and probably even some of the smaller ones to get more glitter on your nails, but I did want to see how this would apply just on its own. I did get full coverage in 3 coats. This base color is going to dry down smaller than the glitter, so it is going to dry with some texture, but honestly, nothing dries overly textured, nothing that you would need a special glitter smoother or a thicker top coat to smooth out. Just 1 coat of a normal glossy top coat should get rid of all the texture. That being said, there's not an overly abundance of glitter in here, so nothing should be super difficult to remove. You might have to scrape off a couple of these larger ones, but overall it's relatively easy, so there are 3 coats of Mint Chip. Next up we have Neopolitan, and this is a clear base glitter, and it's got a variety of brown, pink, yellow, and black glitter. So here's our first coat of Neopolitan, and since this is an ice cream collection, I did do the glitters over just white, and this one I'm also going to show as a topper over the white and then 3 coats on its own. I generally lean one way or the other if I like a polish as a topper or if I like it on its own, and this polish in particular I really liked on its own. I think it gave a nice party vibe to it. I did like it as a topper, but I think I preferred this one on its own. This is glitter, so you do kind of want to do this dabbing motion to get it to spread out across the nail if you're going to especially build it up in full coverage, but as a topper too. This is also going to dry with some pretty intense texture, so you're going to want that thicker glitter-eating glossy top coat and or a glitter smoother to smooth everything out. Add some shine, and removal will be difficult. So there are 1 3 coats of Neopolitan. Up next we have Sprinkles, and this is a clear base glitter with a rainbow of micro glitter in, rainbow colors. Here's our first coat of Sprinkles, and just like the last polish, I'm going to show 3 coats of this on its own over my bare naked natural nail, and then on my remaining 2 fingers that you can see, I'm going to show it over white to represent my all-time favorite ice cream, which is Funfetti or Sprinkles or rainbow ice cream. That's my favorite, and I think this really showcases that beautifully, especially over the white. The formula is excellent. Everything in here is the same size, so I really didn't have to fish or manipulate anything in this polish to get it to look like a Funfetti ice cream. You will want top coat to finish this off. It is, again, going to dry with some pretty intense texture because it's all glitter, and also because it's all glitter, it is going to be on the difficult side to remove, so there are 1 3 coats of Sprinkles. Up next we have Strawberry, and this is just the cutest pink base color. It's a baby pink, and then it's got a red metallic flake glitter. Here's our first coat of Strawberry. This is so cute. I am a big sucker for these softer pink polishes, and I think this one is absolutely adorable. Another top pick of the collection for me. I really just enjoy the pink and red combination. I did think this one was cute in 1, 2, and 3 coats, but I really enjoyed it in full coverage because I got the maximum amount of flaky payoff, and it really looks like strawberry ice cream. The formula is also wonderful to work with. It is a little bit on the thicker side, but it's not that gummy kind of thick, so I can really appreciate it. You can still move it around without pulling off the polish that you built up underneath. I went in a little bit thick here, so I am thinning that out some. You are definitely going to want some top coat to finish this one off. The base color itself does dry down relatively glossy, but the flakes do dry down to a different texture than the base color does. So it is going to create some texture in the end. Just one coat of a regular glossy top coat will help smooth things out, add some shine, add some life back to your manicure. That being said, this is a large glitter, but it's kind of a flake form. I didn't have super difficulty removing, but I did do some scrubbing, so there are 3 coats. And lastly for today we have Vanilla Bean, and this is a cream colored base with a black micro glitter. And here's our first coat of Vanilla Bean. This one is, again, another creamy, beautiful, very ice cream-esque base color. The formula is excellent to work with, very smooth, no running, no pulling, no staining, no application issues whatsoever. These tiny itty bitty micro black glitters in here look like a vanilla bean, and I think she just captured each and every single ice cream that she did beautifully. So here is our second coat, and that is building up well, but I did have some uneven spots still, so I am going to go in for a third coat. If you worked a little bit thicker, you'd probably have better coverage, but I still think you would probably end up needing 3 coats. These glitters don't come out in abundance, but I do think that adds to the effect of it actually looking like vanilla bean, so I really appreciate it. Here's that third coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats. This micro glitter is micro, like the smallest glitter that I've ever seen. So while it does add just the slightest bit of texture, it's not going to be overly textured, nothing that a regular top coat isn't going to smooth out. Also, it is going to take some scrubbing to remove. There's not an abundance of them, like I said, so it's not overly difficult, but there are 3 coats of Vanilla Bean. And here's a look at the full collection. I have to say this is one of the cutest lineup of polishes that I've seen in a long time. I've seen ice cream inspired nail polishes in the past, and they are adorable, and for some reason they get me every single time, but something about this, I feel she went very literal, and a lot of these actually look like the ice cream that they're representing, and I think it's absolutely perfect. The jellies to the Crelly formulas to like the consistency look of ice cream. I think Milkshake is my favorite. Sprinkles is my favorite also because that is my favorite ice cream. And then the strawberry really calls to me. And then the black and the green of mint chip. It really gets my heart. But let me know what you guys think of this lineup. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you next time.